Girlfriend, have you ever asked yourself, how do you recruit business builders for your direct sales business? Well, we're going to get to the bottom of that in today's video. We'll see you inside. Hi there, my name is Ingafay, and I'm a confidence coach for home-based business owners. And today's video, we are talking about recruiting. And one of the things that I wanted to go over today is, first, how do you know even who to ask to be on your team? We're going to go over some things that you should find out, some criteria that you should basically have in your business to make sure that you're recruiting people that will be a benefit to your sales organization. Next, we're going to talk about how many people you should ask. If you are working towards a goal, you got to know your numbers, girlfriend. So we're going to break that down and really get a better understanding on your conversion rates. And last, but definitely not least, we are going to talk about how you can do multiple presentations at one time. Save you a little time, be a little bit more efficient, and even have your upline available to help you out with any questions or concerns that some of your prospects may have. So let's do this, shall we? So first, let's talk about who you would ask to listen to your business opportunity. The first thing that comes to mind is this someone that you value their opinion? Are they in your target market? And when I say in your target market, is this an ideal customer for you? Do you know what your target market is? If you don't know, this is definitely something that you would want to talk to your upline about. If your upline is not available, think about yourself. You are now in this business. Wouldn't you want to interact with someone like yourself? Think about that and find out the qualities that you had that attracted you to the business. So then you'll know what qualities to look for in other people when it comes to offering this business opportunity to them as well. Secondly, I wanted to say, is this somebody that you respect? Is this someone in your target market? Someone like you, someone that's like-minded to you, that you think would excel in the business, someone that you would be willing to help and work with if there were any kind of questions or issues. In direct sales, that's the great thing about it. We get to choose who we work with. So make sure that you're choosing people that you want to work with. It's not like when you work a job. I'm sure you've had those jobs where you've been around people you may not necessarily like. In direct sales, we get to choose. So make sure that you're choosing wisely. Third thing I wanted to say is this someone that you want to do business with? And the reason that I say this, because oftentimes you will have those company events that you will be attending. And more than likely, your potential business partner is someone that you may be rooming with. I know one of my mentors always said, would you stay in a hotel with them? Because if you wouldn't stay in a hotel room with them, they're probably not someone that you would want to recruit. So make sure that you're mindful of the type of people that you're interacting with. If the person doesn't make you nervous, I always like to use that as gauge, then it may not necessarily be someone that I want to interact with. Because normally when someone makes you nervous, they have done or accomplished something that you may not have done yet. There may be a bigger thing for that kind of thing. So those type of people that you surround yourself with, you want to be around. So if they're a big thinker, of course you would want them in your sales organization. So why not ask? Because you respect them. This is someone that you could room with and you definitely value their opinion. And last but definitely not least, you want to ask someone that wants to make a change in their life and they're ready to take the action now. They're ready to do it now. The sense of urgency is already there. They may have had some kind of life event, like maybe a layoff or something has happened to one of their family members. Something has gone on that has triggered them to say, okay, this is the time for me to do it. And if I don't do it now, then I'm definitely probably won't end up doing it. Definitely talk to those type of people that are ready to take action. I can think about when I was laid off personally. I was laid off and I had a decision to make. I could either go and find another engineering job or if I could do my business full time. And I chose to do my business full time. People have those life type of events happening all the time. So you want to make sure that you are building a relationship with the people that you're interacting with, to know what's going on with them, to see how you can serve them, because that's really what it's all about. This business opportunity is providing value to them, not for you to meet your next rank. So you want to make sure that you're going in with a servant heart as the leader, as the potential upline for this person, and have their best interests at heart at all times, and not be worrying about your rank more so than just being able to serve them the way they should be served. So before I go into how to determine what your conversion rates are for recruiting, I want to remind you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We upload a video every Thursday for your viewing pleasure, and we don't want you to miss a beat. So be sure to subscribe so you will have the video every time it's uploaded. So now let's talk about your conversion rates. And you may be thinking, what do you mean by that? What I mean is, how many people do you normally have to talk to get a yes? Now, typically, I know in my business, I normally get one yes out of 5. So I know that if I was reaching for a goal of having 5 new reps in my organization, how many people would I need to talk to? I basically would need to talk to at least 25 people, because I know I normally get 1 out of 5. What are your conversion rates? Whatever your conversion rates are, you're going to work backwards to figure out how many people you want to talk to reach your desired outcome, whatever that may be. So if you are working to get 2 reps a month and your conversion rates are 1 out of 5, that means you want to talk at least to 10 people about the business opportunity. If you have a conversion rate of 1 out of 3 and you want 3 reps, that means you want to talk to at least 9 people so you can get at least 3 reps for your business opportunity. You got to know your numbers for you to move up to your different rank, and to work within the numbers, not to get mad that you talked to 3 people and you didn't get any reps, because sometimes it doesn't necessarily happen 1 out of 3. You may have to talk to 9 people, but then the last 3 are the ones that actually decide to be business builders. So do the numbers, figure out what the numbers are, and as long as you're working the numbers, you will be successful. But you cannot expect magic to happen if you're not putting the effort, the time, and the consistency in to make the magic happen. Because the magic happens when you do the work. And doing the work means knowing your numbers. And when you know your numbers, you'll know what work you need to do to get the numbers that you desire. So tell me, do you know your conversion rates? What are your conversion rates to get a new rep? Comment below and let us know. We really are curious to know. I told you mine was 1 out of 5. What is yours? We would greatly want to hear from you and let us know what your rates are. So thanks for sharing. So now let's talk about how you can actually do a presentation with multiple people at one time. This would be a great time saver, especially for those that are working a full-time job. And I wanted to kind of give you a step-by-step plan on exactly how to do this so that you can be more efficient with your time. So what I would recommend when it comes to setting up a time, well, really setting up time slots for more than one person, I would highly recommend that you have at least 2 time slots. And since right now we're doing a lot of virtual type of interaction via Zoom or Google Meet or even Duo or FaceTime, I would highly recommend that you do these time slots in a time slot that is available for most folks. A lot of times Saturday could potentially be a good time slot for you, maybe something in the morning, early morning, maybe between 9 or 10. Or you could do something on Saturday at 6 after people have gotten home. But those 2 time slots have been a great time to collectively meet with people via a virtual chat. Another time slot that I've noticed that works really well is on Fridays, maybe at 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the evening. Those times are oftentimes when people are unwinding from their week, and that would be a good time slot as well for doing multiple presentations where you can do the presentation not just for one, but for many, and then be able to follow up with them after the presentation is done. You can also set up times during the week, but it's going to vary depending on, I guess, of course, what you have going on and what the particular people have going on that you're talking to. But I wanted to give you those 2 time slots because I found that they work. Also, if you are one that works on Sunday, Sunday is also a great day to do it as well. After church is over, probably in the 4 to 5 o'clock time frame would be a great time to collectively have a group type discussion to share your business opportunity with more than one person. So I'm hoping that those time slots would be a benefit to you. But whatever you do, when it comes to those time slots, you want to make sure that you give the people at least 2 time slots to choose from so they have a choice. Because if you just give them one, they'll be more likely to back out. But if you give them 2, then they have a choice and they'll be able to choose the best one for them and their situation. After you get the time slots, then what you want to become is a professional reminder. And the professional reminder is basically reminding them about the appointment, whatever time slot that they have chosen. It could be the day before, you would want to remind them, maybe an hour or so before the event, you would want to remind them, and then 15 minutes before. Those are really the 3 time slots that I have become accustomed to reminding folks. In addition to that, you could potentially automate this by using some kind of calendar app that will automate the reminders. It could be done via an email or a text. So those things you can do, but however, there is normally a fee for those. Or you can do it yourself. You can set those reminders up in your phone, or you can set them up on Google and schedule in a message to the folks to make sure that they're there at the particular time slot. And normally when I do that, I like to ask questions so that way I know that they got it. I'm really excited that you're coming to the event at 6 p.m. tomorrow. I was curious, did you have anyone else that you wanted to share this event with, someone that you knew that was interested in getting some great tax deductions or making some extra money? So then you asking for that +1 will increase the number of people that are actually interacting in that group session, learning about your business opportunity. So that is a great way to expand the business opportunity as well, is have someone bring someone else. Offer a free gift if you want to, similar to what we had talked about in another video on increasing sales. You can create more attendance by offering a free gift and allowing them to be blessed with something if they were able to share their experience with one of their people in their inner circle. Another tactic that I like to do is I try to book in close. And when I say book in close, book something like today or tomorrow. That way you'll have less tendency for people to forget, because we have a lot going on. Everybody has 50 million things going on and are distracted by so many different things, that social media, text message, whatever. So you want to make sure that if you can, book them in close to make sure that they are able to remember what you said, in addition to giving those reminders. So if you're looking for more strategies on how to duplicate yourself after this recruiting process, I would highly recommend that you get access to my expert trilogy, where I give you step-by-step information on how to duplicate yourself from some of my other coaching colleagues that have been doing this exceptionally well with their 6-figure income. So be sure to check out the expert trilogy link down in the description below. You can get free access from one of my colleagues that's talking about how she duplicates herself after she recruits a new business builder into her team. I think that will be valuable information for you to be able to implement in your system so that your team building will be more smooth and systematic, and you can have more team builders come in at a time and be able to handle the growth with that. So check out the expert trilogy. And as always, thanks for watching, and bye for now.